If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please remember to hit that like button and of course subscribe for more content. And if you need any coins for Ultimate Team to get a head start on the game, head to the link in the description. Use the code TVM for a discount at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new player review on a player that I have admired in real life since last season. And it's primarily because of the Football Index, of course. If you're not a member, feel free to look in the description for your link, your code, free £10 waiting for you. Anyway, 78 rated in form Ibrahim Niane, plays for Mets, had a bit of a good weekend, not going to lie to you, and is extremely cheap. So why am I even bothering? 9,700, which is the bare minimum you can list him for. He's on the market. I picked him up for that price. I think he's got a little bit to offer in these early stages. Will this card be good in a month? Absolutely not. You probably won't want to go anywhere near it. Although, at some point during this game, he will be worth significantly more than 9,700. So if you don't need the coins right now, just keep hold of him, because you never know when EA are going to release an SBC that requires an inform, and all of a sudden this guy's 15, 20k. Anyway, 3-star, not ideal. High attacking work rate is good. Low defensive work rate, absolutely fantastic. 6'2" as well, which in previous FIFAs has not been good. In this FIFA, banging. 92 acceleration, 86 sprint speed, 81 agility. Is that quick? Yes, but on paper could be quicker because his sprint speed isn't fantastic, so it means he might get caught after he's had his initial stride or two. And of course his agility and his balance is 61. His balance is awful. And because he's so tall as well, that's really going to hinder him when he's coming to taking shots or playing passes when he's not quite on balance. And trying to recover that balance isn't going to be easy either. So on paper, initially, he's got a couple of good points with his work rate and his pace is not bad. But the rest of it is kind of letting him down. His reactions, not great, 71. Ball control, 75. Dribbling's 81, which is actually quite good. And then composure, 65. We will talk about that because that is the biggest talking point of this card, I would say. 76 finishing. You'll see evidence of him scoring goals, so I don't know if that is really that accurate. 88 shot power, 80 jumping, 94 heading. That is quite important this year. If you know, you know. Of course, we do have a marksman on him. We'll talk more about that toward the latter stages, I suppose. But the marksman, of course, will increase the dribbling, the ball control, and it will increase the finishing, the shot power, and the long shots, as well as the strength and the jumping. Now, increasing that strength, I thought was quite important because he's 6'2". Doesn't have great balance. If we can boost the strength as much as we can here, we could turn him into a bit of a force, you know, sort of like an immovable object. We kind of need him to be strong on the ball. We're going to be looking for the runs of Angel Di Maria. James is not going to be playing on that right-hand side. I've actually switched in with Lo Celso in game. Yes, that's not ideal either. And of course, around half-time, I take Maiga out, which is, of course, is the Mets Ivory Coast central midfield player. I tend to bring on the likes of Diogo Jota, and then I put Lo Celso back into the middle. James played cam, and Ibrahim Niane, of course, played the striker. Now, he's missed a chance there. Was it my choice of finish, or was it something else? I think it might have been composure. We'll talk about that in a second after the second corner here, because this is what he's good at, and this is defensively. He's won one header, he's won another header. His heading is fantastic. You can't beat him in the air, that's for damn sure. Unless you've got the likes of, I don't know, Van Dijk or something, and even then I think he would struggle. I really like this guy in the air. Unfortunately, the amount of crosses I put into the box, I couldn't find him once. Not because he went missing, just because the accuracy of the crosses weren't great. Gareth Bale released down this right-hand side, plays the ball back into Ibrahim Niane, who scores his first goal. We were very unlucky in this game. It could have been 2-2, but it actually finished 3-1 because I threw everything forward at the end. We missed a chance, he countered, and we lost 3-1. But it was a fun game. Speaking of fun game, I know a lot of people don't like FIFA 21 because, well, let's be honest, they're bad at it. But I really like it. And I'm not good at it by any stretch of the imagination, but I do like it. I think the gameplay this year is a lot better. The chance creation is it's a lot more open. You know, okay, at the moment people can't defend as well as they will be able to in a few months or so. But when you've got someone like Ibrahim Niane in his pace and to a certain extent his dribbling, because even then works the space, manages to create a chance and get his shot off. He actually had some scoring. Does he score a goal here? Or does James score a goal? I think he scores the goal. Heel-to-heel flick, gets into the penalty area, and that pace took him past the defender because he was a good, 2 yards away from that defender. And then that sort of extra burst, that one touch, took him completely out of the game. He tried to lunge to stop it, didn't work, and we just got in there to score. Little bit of a link-up play again here. James this time with a heel-to-heel. Those two work really well together. If you haven't seen the James Rodriguez review, feel free to check it out. But those two were very, very good together. And that is something that I'm going to sort of come on to now, is if you do have Niane up front, especially by himself, what you need behind him is someone who can pass the ball, someone who's very accurate when it comes to his vision, his short passing, and even someone who can cross quite well from the wings as well, because you are going to want to take advantage of that heading. 94 heading, and now with the chem style, 90 jumping. He's already 6'2", he's got pace. Why not indeed? His composure let him down a few times, and I think that's probably the biggest downfall to this card, bar the links, because it wasn't easy to link him into a team. Of course, I had to use Maiga, but I think his composure is what let the card down. Had to play it across there to Lo Celso, who manages to finish because he's on his left foot. He is, of course, right-footed, and he's only got a 3-star weak foot. I didn't really want to take a shot from there, but the composure will let you down. You can't improve it this year. It is what it is. No chem style will change it, but look at the pace. Bursts past David Luiz as if he's not even there. This time the left foot is good enough, and it's in the bottom corner. And I tell you what, for 9,700 coins, that is a fun card. Now, you'll notice that at the moment, every single review that I do, I'm saying that they're competitive. And it's because at the moment they are. Nearly every single player I will review over the next week or two, as well as the ones that I've done previously, will be competitive. Because the players that you're coming up against, they're either new to the game, they don't know enough about the game to be able to defend, or maybe you're playing against some slower defenders. Once we have ones to watch and a few more informed sets, and maybe we get Scream as well, then cards like this might fall under the fun player category rather than competitive. But for right now, in my opinion, everyone I'm going to review, unless I decide to sort of do a bit of a fun review with the silver or something, I think everyone will be in that competitive bracket. Deadeye finisher, marksman, take your pick really. You can choose whatever you want. You just need to bump up that finishing. You can't bump up the composure, so do whatever you can with the finishing. Not great for links. His weak foot can be irritating, but to be fair, I did score a fair share of goals with it, so it's not the end of the world. His passing is terrible, but if you could just have him there on the shoulder of the last defender, waiting to go, get him to run in behind. The AI this year will allow him to push that boundary and maybe start the run a little bit sooner than what you'd be used to. And of course, you can use the lock on or send him on a run and choose his direction and what have you, which is really beneficial this year for players like this who more or less only have pace on this side. His stamina isn't great either at 64. To be fair, I didn't really notice it too much. When we come up against players who have a lot more stamina naturally, then of course cards like this are going to be a problem. But for right now, it's cheap and cheerful. It's not bad, and it will definitely help you out in the very early stages. I like it a lot. I genuinely do think he's a decent card. Let me know what you think of him in the comments. Not as good as some of the players I've used, that's for damn sure, but in terms of pace and positioning, not bad. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here, of course, and until the next time, goodbye.
Join the Betting Rebellion and find out what your football knowledge is really worth.